You are not living a life. You are running a program. This is the first and most fundamental truth you must grasp to awaken from the dream of circumstance and become the conscious architect of your reality. Your experience of the world, in all its detail, your triumphs, your sorrows, your wealth, your lack, is not a random series of external events. It is the direct output of a powerful, ancient, and deeply intricate algorithm running within the supercomputer of your own consciousness. This is not a metaphor. It is the operating principle of the universe you inhabit. For millennia, mystics have called this the mind of God. Science has begun to call it the observer effect, and we will call it by its most functional name, the God code. It is the source code of reality, and it is written, compiled, and executed entirely within you. Today, you awaken. Today, you cease to be a passive user of a program you did not choose. Today, you begin your journey to becoming the master programmer. The foundation of this revelation is simple. The universe does not present you with a finished reality. It presents you with a field of infinite, unformed potential, pure energy, quantum possibility. Your mind, through its core algorithm of belief, focus, and assumption, collapses this field of infinite potential into the singular solid-seeming experience you call your life. You are not a spectator in the theater of reality. You are the projector, the lens, and the light source all at once. The world you see is a reflection, a perfect and unerring mirror of the code running inside you. If your code is written with instructions of lack, fear, and limitation, the mirror of the world must, by law, reflect back a reality of lack, fear, and limitation. If your code is rewritten with the commands of abundance, power, and sovereign love, the world has no choice but to render that reality before your very eyes. There is no external deity or force to petition. The architect, the programmer, the God of your personal universe, has always been you. The power has always been yours. You simply forgot you were holding it. Let us perform the first diagnostic. This is how you begin to see the code in action. For the next 60 seconds, I want you to look around the room you are in. Now, I give your algorithm a command. Find everything that is the color blue. Go. Seek it out. Notice how your focus sharpens, how objects you had previously ignored suddenly leap into your awareness. The blue book, the blue thread in the carpet, the blue light on the electronic device. Now stop. I give you a new command. Find everything that is the color red. Immediately, your perception shifts. The blue objects recede into the background, and red things now dominate your awareness. Nothing in the room changed. The only thing that changed was the command, the single line of code you were running. Now, expand this principle. What if, for your entire life, your subconscious has been running a command called, find everything that is wrong, or find all the evidence that I am not enough, or seek out reasons to be afraid? Your reality would be a perfect printout of those commands. This simple exercise is your first proof. You see what your internal code commands you to see. Your life is an answer to the questions your algorithm is asking. Reflect on this profound shift in power. If your reality is the output of your internal code, then you are no longer a victim of the world. You can never again truthfully say, this happened to me. You can only ever say, my internal program rendered this experience. This is the ultimate responsibility, and therefore, the ultimate freedom. It is the end of blame, the end of complaint, the end of powerlessness. It is daunting, yes. It means every shadow in your life is a projection of a line of code within you. But it is also exhilarating, for it means that by changing the code, you must, by law, change the shadow. You do not fight the darkness on the screen of reality. That is a fool's errand. You simply rewrite the code that is projecting the darkness. You change the cause, and the effect must follow. This is the work we are about to begin. It is the sacred and powerful work of becoming the conscious author of your own experience. The final teaching of this chapter is this. You are the architect, and your mind is the master blueprint. The world you experience is the constructed building. To change the building, you must never try to move the walls from the outside. You must go back to the blueprint, to the source code of your assumptions and beliefs, and rewrite the design. Everything that follows in this masterclass is a tool to help you access that blueprint. We will learn to debug the glitches of fear, uninstall the viruses of scarcity, and write and compile new, powerful programs of abundance and sovereign power. Your awakening is not a process of adding something to yourself. It is a process of remembering your own incredible innate power. You are the programmer. It is time to claim your keyboard. Now let this foundational truth settle into the core of your being. This is the beginning of your liberation. Repeat these declarations of power and feel the shift as you claim your role as the architect. I am the architect of my reality. My mind is the source code of my experience. The world I see is a reflection of my inner algorithm. I am no longer a victim of circumstance. I am the cause. I have the power to rewrite my code and redesign my world. I am the programmer. Chapter 2. Reality as a Reflection. Decoding your inner algorithm. The world you perceive is not the world. It is a data stream, interpreted. You are living inside an exquisitely rendered reflection of your own consciousness. Like a hyper-realistic virtual reality headset you can never take off, the algorithm of your mind processes a chaotic storm of sensory information and transforms it into the coherent, stable world you know. But the stability is an illusion. The coherence is a construct, and understanding this is the key to decoding the program that runs your life. To decode is to make the unconscious conscious. It is to find the hidden lines of code, the deeply embedded assumptions that dictate 95% of your reality without your consent or awareness. This is the work of a master detective, and the crime scene is your own life. The clues are everywhere, and today you learn to see them. The inner algorithm operates on a single primary directive: to create coherence. It must make the world make sense based on its core programming, which is your system of beliefs. A belief is not a mere thought. It is a command, a foundational line of code that dictates how all other data is processed. If you hold a core belief that money is hard to come by, your algorithm will function as a perfect filter, relentlessly scanning the infinite data of the world to find evidence that proves this code is true. It will make you notice the bills, the unexpected expenses, and the stories of financial struggle. It will simultaneously make you blind to the opportunities, the synchronicities, and the evidence of abundance that are equally present. Your reality becomes a closed loop, a self-validating program. The code creates the perception, and the perception reinforces the code. This is why positive thinking alone so often fails. You cannot simply paste a happy thought on top of a deeply rooted program of unworthiness. You must go deeper. You must decode the source. Let us begin the decoding process now. This is a practical excavation of your own mental software. I want you to choose one area of your life where you feel stuck or experience recurring negative patterns. It could be finances, relationships, or health. Now I want you to look at the external situation not as a problem, but as a printout. The situation is the evidence, the diagnostic report of a hidden line of code. Ask yourself this powerful question: what would I have to believe on a fundamental level to be true for this reality to be my consistent experience? Be brutally honest. If your bank account is always empty, the printout suggests a core belief like, I am not worthy of wealth, or rich people are greedy, or I will always be in struggle. If you find yourself in a series of betraying relationships, the printout suggests a code that reads, I am unlovable, or people cannot be trusted. Do not judge this code. Simply identify it. Write it down. Drag the hidden file onto your desktop. This is the first step of all great hacking. You must identify the target system. Your belief is the target. Now reflect on where this code came from. You did not write the original software you are running. It was programmed into you in your childhood, by your parents, your teachers, your society, and your early experiences. These were the original programmers of your reality. They gave you their code, not out of malice, but because it was the only code they knew. You are likely running a program that is generations old, a legacy system full of bugs and limitations that are no longer relevant to the reality you wish to create. Seeing this is profoundly liberating. It detaches your identity from the code. It is not your fault that you have a scarcity program. You did not write it, but it is now your responsibility to uninstall it. You are no longer a child. You are the system administrator. You now have the authority and the power to revoke old permissions, delete obsolete files, and install new software of your own conscious choosing. This is the transition from unconscious user to conscious programmer. The final teaching is this: your life is a scavenger hunt for your own limiting beliefs. Every frustration, every obstacle, every recurring pain point is a beautiful, flashing arrow pointing directly at a line of code that is ready to be rewritten. The universe is not punishing you. It is providing you with a perfect feedback system, a diagnostic tool for your own evolution. The purpose of a negative experience is not to cause you suffering, but to reveal to you the program that is creating the suffering. Once the program is seen, its power is diminished. Once it is made conscious, you can begin to starve it of belief and feed a new, more empowering program. Stop cursing the reflection in the mirror. Instead, turn inward and become fascinated with the algorithm that is casting it. Become a student of your own operating system. This is how you begin to take back control. Embrace your role as the decoder, the detective of your own mind. Look at your life with new eyes, not as a series of events, but as a trail of clues leading back to your own power. Affirm this new perspective. My life is a feedback system for my own evolution. Every experience is a clue that reveals my inner code. I decode my limiting beliefs to reclaim my power. I am not the program. I am the programmer. I am now the conscious administrator of my own mind. I am awareness. Chapter 3. The Quantum Mirror. How your thoughts compute your world. You are standing in the center of a quantum hall of mirrors. Each thought you think, each feeling you entertain, is not a private, internal event. It is a command sent out into this hall of mirrors, and reality has no choice but to reflect its image back to you. This is not a New Age fantasy. It is a description of the fundamental nature of a consciousness-driven universe. The quantum in quantum mirror refers to the unformed potential state of reality. The mirror refers to the function of this field. It reflects, perfectly and without judgment, the energy and information you provide. Your mind is a computational device, and your thoughts are the input. The world you experience is the output. To understand this mechanism is to move from wishful thinking to deliberate, precise creation. You will now learn the physics of the mirror, the computational language that reality understands. The algorithm of the quantum mirror operates on three primary variables: the clarity of your thought, the what, the intensity of your feeling, the energy, and the persistence of your assumption, the belief. A fleeting, unfelt thought is like a weak signal with too much static. The mirror barely registers it. A clear, detailed mental image, charged with the powerful emotion of having it now, and held in the persistent assumption that this is reality, is a high-energy, high-information signal that the mirror must reflect. This is the trinity of creation. Thought provides the blueprint. Feeling provides the creative energy, the fire that forges the blueprint into form. And assumption, the unwavering belief, is the foundational command that tells the universe, this is the program to run continuously and without exception. Where most people fail is by focusing only on thought. They try to send a blueprint to the universe with no energy and no foundational belief. It is like sending an email with a blank subject line and no content. The server of reality simply doesn't know what to do with it. Let's make this computational process tangible. I want you to engage in an act of future computing right now. Close your eyes. Choose one specific, tangible desire you wish to experience. Let's say it is a specific amount of money in your bank account. First, the thought, do not just think, I want more money. That is a vague command. Be precise. See the exact number on your banking app on your phone. See the font, the color, the balance. This is the blueprint. Now the feeling. How does it feel to have that money now? Do not feel the longing for it. That is a signal of lack. Feel the reality of it. Feel the security. Feel the freedom. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Generate that emotion in the core of your body right now. This is the energy. Finally, the assumption. For the next 60 seconds, drop all doubt and live in the unwavering inner knowing that this is already a fact. It is done. You're not trying to get it. You're simply observing a reality that you have already computed. Hold these three things, clear thought, intense feeling, and firm assumption, for 1 full minute. You have just sent a powerful, coherent signal into the quantum mirror. Now, reflect on your typical mental state. What signals are you broadcasting to the quantum mirror 24 hours a day? For most people, the broadcast is a chaotic, contradictory mess. A thought of abundance is immediately followed by a feeling of worry about a bill. A desire for love is followed by an assumption of unworthiness. The quantum mirror, being a perfect and impersonal mechanism, simply reflects this chaos back. The result is a life of mixed, inconsistent, and often frustrating results. Your life is the mirror image of your own internal energetic and computational coherence. A coherent signal produces a coherent reality. A chaotic signal produces a chaotic reality. The work of a master creator is not to control the world, but to achieve a state of unwavering internal coherence. It is to align your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions into a single, powerful, focused beam of intention. The final teaching of this chapter is that the quantum mirror is always on. It is computing your reality based on your dominant vibration right now. It is not a tool you turn on and off when you want to manifest something. It is the very nature of your existence. This means your state of being is your primary creative tool. The person you are being, your mood, your attitude, your dominant assumptions, is the most powerful command you are sending. Therefore, the ultimate technique for mastering reality is not to do more, but to be more. The goal is to cultivate a state of being that is a vibrational match to the reality you wish to experience, before it has manifested. To feel wealthy before the money arrives. To feel loved before the partner appears. You do not think your way to a new reality. You feel and assume your way there. You compute it into existence with the code of your own being. Let this understanding of cosmic physics sink in. You are a broadcasting tower, and the universe is a perfect mirror. Take command of your signal. Affirm your power as a conscious computer of worlds. My thoughts are commands that shape my reality. My feelings are the energy that brings my thoughts to life. My assumptions are the operating system of my universe. I achieve internal coherence to create a coherent world. My state of being is my ultimate creative power. I am a conscious creator. Chapter 4. Debugging the Scarcity Virus, Erasing Lack from Your Source Code. Every computer can be infected with a virus, a malicious piece of code that runs in the background, consuming resources, corrupting files, and degrading the system's performance. The human mind is no different. The most pervasive and destructive virus ever coded is the scarcity virus. It is a program of not enough. Not enough money, not enough time, not enough love, not enough worth. This virus was installed in you at a very young age, downloaded from the collective consciousness of a society built on competition and lack. It runs so deep in your subconscious operating system that you mistake its outputs, anxiety, worry, jealousy, and fear, for your own personality. You believe you are the one who is worried about money. You are not. It is the scarcity virus running its subroutine. To reclaim your power and unlock the floodgates of abundance, you must become a master antivirus programmer. You must locate, isolate, and delete this virus from your source code. The scarcity virus manifests in your life in subtle but powerful ways. It is the voice that tells you not to invest in yourself because you can't afford it. It is the feeling of panic when an unexpected bill arrives. It is the compulsion to hoard resources, to be jealous of others' success, or to settle for less than you desire because you believe true abundance is not for you. It is a program designed to keep you small, safe, and struggling. Its primary function is to make you look for evidence of lack, and as we learned, your algorithm will always find what it is commanded to seek. It is a self-perpetuating code. The virus generates the experience of lack, and the experience of lack validates and strengthens the virus. It is a prison of perception, and today, you are being handed the key. The key is the conscious act of debugging. The debugging process begins with radical self-observation. You must catch the virus in the act. For the next 24 hours, I want you to become a detective of your own thoughts and feelings. Carry a notebook or use a phone app. Every time you have a thought or feel an emotion rooted in not enough, you must log it. Every moment of anxiety about a bill, every flicker of jealousy towards a successful friend, every time you say the words, "I can't afford that." Write it down. Do not judge it. Do not resist it. Simply observe it and log it, as a computer scientist would log an error in a program. 10:15 a.m. Felt panic about car payment. Scarcity virus detected. 3:30 p.m. Thought, their success means less for me. Scarcity virus detected. This act of conscious observation is profoundly powerful. By seeing the thought as an output of a foreign program, the scarcity virus, you begin to separate your identity from it. You are not the thought. You are the one who is now observing it. This is the first step in isolating the malicious code. Now reflect on the truth of abundance. The nature of the universe is not lack. It is extravagant, overwhelming, infinite abundance. A single star contains more energy than humanity has ever produced. A single forest produces more life than can be counted. The air you breathe is freely given, in limitless supply. Scarcity is not a feature of the universe. It is a feature of a faulty human program. It is a lie, a powerful lie, but a lie nonetheless. Your work is to align your internal code with the truth of the cosmos. The universe is a field of infinite supply. Your only limitation is your own internal code that restricts your access to it. The scarcity virus acts as a firewall, blocking the flow of universal abundance into your life. Deleting the virus is not about attracting something new. It is about removing the block to what is already trying to flow to you. The final teaching is the act of uninstallation. Once you have observed and isolated the scarcity thought, you must consciously overwrite it. When the thought, "I can't afford this," arises, you must catch it, thank it for revealing the program, and then deliberately and powerfully install a new line of code. You must say, either internally or aloud, "That is the old program. I am deleting it now." The new program is, "I am a magnet for abundance, and I can afford any experience I truly desire." This is not a denial of your current bank balance. It is a declaration of your new source code. You are commanding your algorithm to begin searching for evidence of your new belief. You are deliberately and methodically overwriting the scarcity virus with the abundance operating system. This requires vigilance and repetition. You are reprogramming a lifetime of conditioning. But with each conscious overwrite, the new program becomes stronger, and the old virus becomes weaker, until one day you will look up and realize the anxiety is gone, the fear is gone, and your life has become a perfect reflection of your new, abundant, internal reality. Begin your antivirus scan now. Become a vigilant guardian of your own mind. Erase the code of lack and install the code of infinite supply. Affirm your new operating system. I am the programmer, not the program. I detect and delete the scarcity virus from my code. I observe my thoughts of lack without identifying with them. I align my mind with the infinite abundance of the universe. I am rewriting my source code for wealth, prosperity, and enough. I am abundance. Chapter 5. The Ghost in the Machine. Liberating your will from ancient programming. There is a concept in philosophy known as the ghost in the machine. It describes the disconnect between the conscious mind, the ghost, and the physical brain, the machine. But for our purposes, it is a perfect metaphor for the relationship between your true, sovereign will and the ancient, automated programming that runs your life. You believe you are in control, making conscious choices. But for 95% of your day, you are not. The machine is running on autopilot. Your reactions, your habits, your emotional patterns, these are not choices. They are the outputs of programs installed in your subconscious mind before you were old enough to consent. This automated self, this ghost program, is the machine. Your true self, the silent conscious observer with the power to choose, is the ghost. The great work of your life is to liberate the ghost, to seize the controls from the autopilot, and to become the conscious pilot of your own experience. The machine's programming is rooted in one thing: survival. It is the oldest part of your brain, the reptilian and limbic systems. Its code was written millions of years ago, and its prime directives are simple: avoid pain, seek pleasure, and conserve energy. This ancient code is responsible for your procrastination, conserving energy, your fear of public speaking, avoiding the social pain of rejection, and your addiction to comfort. It is not evil, it is simply obsolete. It was designed for a world of physical threats, not a world of complex financial and social systems. Running a 21st century life on this ancient operating system is like trying to run advanced virtual reality software on a calculator. The result is constant glitches, crashes, and error messages, which you experience as anxiety, self-sabotage, and a feeling of being stuck. Your potential is trapped, a ghost unable to operate the outdated machine. The first step to liberating your will is to differentiate between a conscious choice and an automated reaction. A reaction is fast, emotional, and feels compulsive. A choice is slower, more deliberate, and comes from a place of calm observation. Here is your practice. For one day, your sole mission is to insert a single conscious breath between stimulus and response. This is the sacred pause. When someone says something that would normally trigger your anger, instead of instantly reacting, you will stop. You will take one deep breath. In that breath, you will ask yourself, is my next action going to be a conscious choice from my highest self, or an automated reaction from my ancient programming? That single breath is a revolution. It is the moment the ghost seizes the controls from the machine. It is the space in which you reclaim your power. You may still choose to be firm, but it will be a choice, not a compulsion. Practicing this sacred pause is how you begin to dissolve the chains of automated behavior and activate your free will. Reflect now on the areas of your life where the machine is in control. Your habits are the most obvious example. The mindless scrolling on your phone, the automatic reach for junk food, the habitual negative self-talk. These are not you. These are programs running. Each one was created for a reason: to provide a moment of comfort, to distract from a moment of pain. But they have now become automated loops that imprison you. You cannot defeat a program by fighting it head-on. The machine is too powerful. You defeat it by making a series of small, conscious choices that write a new program. You don't fight the urge to scroll. You make the conscious choice to put your phone in another room for 1 hour. You don't resist the junk food. You make the conscious choice to have a healthy meal prepared. Each conscious choice is an act of liberation. It is the ghost asserting its rightful command over the machine. The final teaching is that your true identity is the ghost, not the machine. You are not your habits. You are not your emotional reactions. You are not your past programming. You are the silent, formless, timeless consciousness that is aware of all these things. This is the source of your infinite power. The machine is finite. It is limited by its code. But you, the observer, are infinite. You are the source of new code. To liberate yourself, you must shift your identification away from the machine and its outputs, and anchor it firmly in the silent awareness that is you. From this place, you can look upon your own anger, your own fear, your own habits, with a compassionate detachment. You can see them as old programs that are simply running. And from that place of power, you can choose to write a new one. You are the conscious will that can reprogram the subconscious machine. This is your liberation. The ghost is awakening. The chains of automaticity are dissolving. Feel the power of your own conscious will, your sacred ability to choose. Affirm your sovereignty. I am not my automated programming. I am the conscious chooser. I am not my reactions. I am the observer who decides. I use the sacred pause to reclaim my power in every moment. I am the ghost, the conscious will that commands the machine. I am liberating myself from the past by making new choices now. I am free will. Chapter 6. Firewall of the Ego, Deconstructing the Illusions that Imprison You. In every advanced operating system, there is a firewall. Its job is to protect the system by creating a barrier, filtering data, and defining what is self and what is other. In the human mind, this firewall is called the ego. It is a program that began forming in your early childhood, designed to give you a sense of separate identity and to help you navigate the world. But like a firewall with rules that are too strict, the ego, left unchecked, becomes a prison. It creates the profound and painful illusion of separation. Separation from others, from abundance, from your true, infinite self. It is a firewall that blocks the divine connection. To achieve true power and peace, you must deconstruct this firewall, not to destroy it, but to rewrite its rules, transforming it from a prison wall into a permeable, intelligent membrane. The ego's core code is built on comparison, judgment, and identity. It defines itself by what it is not. I am smarter than him. I am not as successful as her. This is my property. That is their fault. It thrives on being right, on winning, on accumulating, and on defending its constructed identity. The ego is the source of all conflict, all drama, all feelings of superiority and inferiority. It is the program that generates the fear of criticism and the craving for praise. It is the voice in your head that is constantly narrating, judging, and worrying. It is not you. It is a security program that has become overzealous, a firewall that is now blocking the very data, love, connection, unity, that the system needs to thrive. It mistakes its own survival for your survival, and in its desperate attempt to protect its fragile identity, it causes you immense suffering. The deconstruction of the ego firewall begins with the practice of I don't know. The ego's greatest fuel is the need to be right, the certainty of its own opinions. You can starve it by consciously adopting a state of open-minded uncertainty. Here is the practice. The next time you find yourself in a discussion, feeling the urge to prove your point, to win the argument, to show how right you are, stop, take a breath, and introduce this simple, revolutionary thought into your mind. I might be wrong. Or even more powerfully, say aloud, that's an interesting point. I hadn't considered it that way. Feel the ego's defenses clench. It will feel like a small death because it is. It is the death of your need for certainty. You are not admitting defeat. You are opening a port in your firewall. You are allowing new data to enter. You are prioritizing connection and learning over the ego's petty need to be right. This single practice, done consistently, will begin to dissolve the rigid walls of your ego. Now reflect on the illusion of separation. The ego creates a powerful story of you as a separate entity, a lonely hero or victim in a world of others. Quantum physics and ancient mysticism tell us the same truth. This is the ultimate illusion. At the fundamental level of reality, everything is interconnected. You are not a wave, separate from the ocean. You are the entire ocean, experiencing itself in a temporary form called you. When you hurt another, you are hurting yourself. When you celebrate another's success, you are celebrating a part of yourself. The ego firewall is what blocks this profound, blissful realization. It is what keeps you trapped in the lonely prison of me. The joy, peace, and power you seek are on the other side of that firewall, in the realization of your unity with all of life. The final teaching is to transform the ego from a master into a servant. The ego is a useful tool. You need a sense of self to operate in the world, to have a name, to drive a car. The problem is not the ego itself, but your identification with it. You believe you are the firewall. The goal is to realize you are the system administrator who uses the firewall. You can change its rules. You can tell it what to allow and what to block. Your new rule for the ego firewall is this: allow all data that comes from love, connection, and abundance. Block all data that comes from fear, separation, and lack. You turn the ego into an intelligent filter, a tool in service of your higher self, rather than a prison guard. You do this by catching it in the act, thanking it for trying to protect you, and then consciously choosing a response from a place of unity and love instead of fear and separation. You are not the firewall. You are the vast, open, interconnected system it was designed to protect. It is time to take back your command. Deconstruct the prison walls and let the light in. Affirm your true unified nature. I am not my ego. I am the awareness that observes it. I release the need to be right, to judge, and to compare. I deconstruct the illusion of separation. I am one with all of life. My ego is a tool that I command, not a prison that confines me. I am connection. Chapter 7. The Consciousness Command Line. 5 minutes to recode your day. In computer programming, the command line is the most direct and powerful interface for interacting with the operating system. It bypasses the graphical user interface and allows the programmer to issue direct, text-based commands to change the system's core functions. Your consciousness has a similar interface. It is a direct line to the subconscious operating system that runs your life. This is your consciousness command line. Most people spend their lives clicking on the superficial icons of their reality, reacting to events, people, and circumstances. The master architect knows how to open the command line and input the direct commands that recode their reality from the inside out. This is not a long, complicated process. It is a 5-minute daily practice that, when executed with precision and belief, can completely rewrite the script of your day. The language of the consciousness command line is not English or any other spoken language. Its language is the syntax of clear intention and elevated emotion. The subconscious mind, the operating system, does not respond to words of want or hope. It responds to commands of being. It responds to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Therefore, the commands you issue must be stated in the present tense, as if they are already accomplished facts, and they must be charged with the emotional energy of that accomplishment. A weak command like, "I hope I have a good day," is ignored by the system. A powerful command like, "Today is a day of magnificent success and joyful flow. Render this reality now." Feeling, gratitude, excitement, execute, is a command the operating system must obey. You are giving it a direct, unambiguous instruction, backed by the energy required for execution. Here is the 5-minute practice. Do this every morning before you check your phone, before you engage with the external world. Find a quiet place. For the first minute, simply breathe and center yourself. Quiet the surface-level mental chatter. You are preparing to open the command line. For the next 3 minutes, you will write and execute your script for the day. Choose no more than 3 primary commands. Be specific. For example, Command 1. My business meeting at 2 p.m. is a spectacular success, resulting in a signed contract and mutual excitement. Feeling, confidence, gratitude. Command 2. My body is filled with vibrant, powerful energy throughout the entire day. Feeling, vitality, strength. Command 3. I am a magnet for unexpected joy and positive synchronicities. Feeling, wonder, openness. For each command, you will close your eyes and live in the reality of it for 1 full minute. See it, feel it, embody it. You are not wishing for it. You are running the program in advance. You are pre-paving your day with the code of your highest intention. For the final minute, you will close the command line with a powerful master command of gratitude. You will say, "Thank you. Script executed. The algorithm is running. It is done." And then you will release it completely. You do not stand over the computer, worrying if it received the command. You trust the system. You have input the code. The operating system is now working in the background to compile that code and render it as your reality. Your job for the rest of the day is to act and live in alignment with the script you just wrote. When it's time for the meeting, you will walk in with the energy of success you already cultivated. You will carry yourself with the vitality you already programmed. You will look for the joy you commanded to appear. You are no longer reacting to the day. You are living out the powerful program you created. Reflect on the difference between this and a simple to-do list. A to-do list is about doing. The consciousness command line is about being. It is about programming the energetic state from which all successful doing will naturally and effortlessly arise. You are shifting the point of creation from the external world of effort and struggle to the internal world of code and energy. This is the secret of all great masters of reality. They do not work harder, they code smarter. They understand that a single powerful command, issued from a place of coherent energy, is more powerful than 1,000 hours of struggle against a faulty program. This 5-minute practice is the most important work you will do all day. It is the moment you step out of the role of the user and into the role of the programmer. Open your command line. The system is awaiting your instructions. What reality will you choose to compute today? Affirm your power as the master of your daily script. I am the master of my subconscious operating system. I use my consciousness command line to code my reality. My intention is the command. My feeling is the energy of execution. I pre-pave my day with the code of my highest success. I trust the system to run the script I have written. I am in command. Chapter 8. The Alchemy of Neuroplasticity. Rewiring your brain for boundless wealth. Your brain is not a static, fixed piece of hardware. It is a dynamic, living, and infinitely malleable network. It is a biological circuit board that physically rewires itself based on the commands you give it. This remarkable property is called neuroplasticity, and it is the scientific proof of your power as an architect of reality. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, strengthens certain neural pathways and weakens others. You are, at every moment, a living alchemist, turning the lead of your old, limited thinking into the gold of a new, expanded consciousness. And the most potent application of this alchemy is in the rewiring of your brain for wealth. Wealth is not primarily an external condition. It is a neurological one. It is a brain that is wired for opportunity, creativity, and abundance. Today, you learn to be your own neurosurgeon. The brain of a person trapped in scarcity and the brain of a person living in abundance are physically different. The scarcity brain has deeply carved neural pathways for worry, fear, and problem spotting. It is an efficient machine for creating and experiencing lack. The abundance brain has built superhighways for creativity, gratitude, and opportunity spotting. It is an efficient machine for creating and experiencing wealth. The process of alchemy, of rewiring, is the process of deliberately and repeatedly firing the neurons of abundance until they form new, strong, and dominant pathways. As the neuroscientific saying goes, neurons that fire together, wire together. You are going to consciously and deliberately fire the wealth neurons in your brain until abundance becomes your brain's default setting. The primary tool for this neurological alchemy is a practice we will call evidence compiling. Your mission is to build an undeniable case file for the universe, proving that you are already wealthy. You must become a detective for abundance. For the next 7 days, you will carry a journal, and your only task is to log every single piece of evidence of abundance in your life, no matter how small. Did you find a coin on the street? Log it. Did a friend buy you a coffee? Log it. Did you enjoy a beautiful sunset, an infinite supply of beauty, free of charge? Log it. Did you receive a paycheck? Don't just see the number, see it as evidence of the flow of energy. Log it. You must train your brain, which is currently wired to spot lack, to start spotting wealth. At the end of each day, you will read your list aloud. You are literally showing your brain, look at all this evidence you missed. The program of scarcity was wrong. Abundance is the true reality. This practice, done with diligent focus, begins to physically build the neural pathways of a wealthy brain. Now, reflect on your relationship with money. Money is not paper or numbers on a screen. It is energy. It is a neutral medium for the exchange of value. The scarcity virus has programmed you to see money as a source of stress, a thing to be feared and hoarded. This creates a neurological state of resistance. You cannot attract that which you resent or fear. The alchemical process requires you to change your neurological response to money. You must rewire yourself to feel joy, gratitude, and love for the energy of money. The next time you pay a bill, do not feel the pain of loss. Instead, consciously generate a feeling of gratitude. Say, thank you for the money to pay for this service. Thank you to the people who provided it. I release this money with joy, knowing it will circulate and return to me multiplied. When you receive money, do not just deposit it. Hold it, or look at the number and feel a surge of genuine love and gratitude. Thank you. I welcome you. I am a worthy steward of this energy. You are using every financial transaction as an opportunity to fire the neurons of joyful abundance. The final teaching is this: you must become the person who has the wealth on a neurological level before the wealth fully manifests in your external reality. This is the secret of all alchemy. The transformation happens inside first. You must think the thoughts, feel the feelings, and make the choices that your wealthy self would make. How would your wealthy self walk? How would they treat others? How would they invest in themselves? You must begin to embody this state. This is not faking it till you make it. This is being it until you see it. You are literally generating the neurological template, the energetic signature of your wealthy self. You are building the brain that will then automatically and effortlessly compute a reality of wealth. The external world is the lagging indicator. Your brain is the leading indicator. Rewire your brain, and your bank account must, by law, follow. Begin the great work, alchemist. Your brain is the philosopher's stone. Turn the leaden pathways of lack into the golden circuits of abundance. Affirm your neurological sovereignty. I am the alchemist of my own brain. I am consciously wiring my mind for wealth and abundance. I see evidence of my prosperity everywhere I look. My brain is a magnet for opportunity, creativity, and success. I am becoming the neurological equivalent of my wealthy self now. I am wealth. Chapter 9. The I Am Compiler. Executing the commands that manifest millions. In the world of programming, a compiler is a special program that translates source code written in a high-level human-readable language into the low-level machine code that a computer's processor can directly execute. It is the bridge between intention and execution. In the operating system of your consciousness, the compiler has a name. It is the two most powerful words in existence. I am. These two words are the ultimate creative command. Whatever follows the words I am is taken as a direct executable order by the subconscious mind and the universe at large. It is the command that translates the blueprint of your desire into the machine code of physical reality. To say I hope to be wealthy is source code that will never compile. To declare I am wealthy is a command that the processor of reality must begin to execute. Mastering the I am compiler is the secret to moving from desire to embodiment, from wishing to having. The subconscious operating system does not have a sense of humor. It does not understand maybe or I wish. It is a literal binary machine. It takes your I am statements as statements of fact, as the current running program. When you repeatedly say, I am so broke, or I am always tired, or I am unlucky in love, you are not describing a reality. You are compiling and executing the very code that creates it. You are the programmer, feeding a constant stream of commands into the compiler, and the system is flawlessly executing them. The life you have is a perfect manifestation of your most dominant I am statements. This realization is either terrifying or thrilling. It is terrifying if you continue to run the old disempowering code. It is thrilling when you realize you can, at this very moment, stop feeding the compiler junk code and start inputting the powerful, precise commands for the reality you truly desire. The practice is simple in its form, but requires absolute commitment. It is the I am compilation. You will write down, on paper, a list of 10 I am statements that describe the self you are now choosing to be. These must be written in the present tense, as if they are already accomplished facts. They must be bold. They must stretch your sense of what is possible. For example, I am a multimillionaire living a life of absolute financial freedom. I am a powerful and confident leader respected and admired by all. I am in perfect, vibrant health, overflowing with energy. I am a creative genius, and my work transforms the world. This is your new source code. Twice a day, once in the morning upon waking and once at night before sleeping, when the gateway to the subconscious is most open, you will read this list aloud. But you will not just read the words. For each statement, you will close your eyes and feel the reality of it for at least 30 seconds. You must generate the emotional signature, the feeling state of being that person now. This is how you compile the code. The words are the source code. The feeling is the act of compilation. Now, reflect on the subtle ways you have been misusing the I am compiler your entire life. Every time you have engaged in self-deprecating humor, every time you have complained about your circumstances, every time you have identified with your limitations, you have been writing and executing code. Oh, I'm just terrible with names. Compile. Execute. I always get sick this time of year. Compile. Execute. I can never catch a break. Compile. Execute. You have been, with incredible power and precision, commanding the universe to give you exactly what you claim to be. The great shift happens when you become a vigilant guardian of these two words. You must catch yourself every time you are about to follow I am with a limitation. You must stop, cancel the command, and consciously input a new one. I was about to say I am tired, but I cancel that. I am a being of infinite renewable energy. You are taking manual control of the compiler. The final teaching is this. The universe does not give you what you want. It gives you who you are. It gives you a perfect reflection of your I amness. Therefore, the work is not to chase after things in the external world. The work is to fundamentally change your concept of yourself. You must become, on the inner, conceptual, and emotional level, the person who has what you desire. You do not attract wealth. You become wealth, and then wealth shows up. You do not attract love. You become a being of sovereign love, and then love shows up. Your I am statements are the most powerful tool for this transformation of self-concept. They are not lies you are telling yourself. They are truths about your future self that you are pulling into your present moment. You are collapsing time. You are compiling the future now. The compiler is open. The cursor is blinking. The system is ready to execute your command. What will you declare yourself to be? Affirm the power of your own creative word. I am the master of my I am. Every word I speak is a command that creates my reality. I stop compiling code for limitation and lack. I now compile and execute the source code of my highest self. I feel the reality of my new I am statements now. I am that I am. Chapter 10. Compiling a new reality, the blueprint for your desired existence. Every great structure, from a skyscraper to a symphony, first existed as a blueprint, a detailed, precise, and complete plan. You cannot build a magnificent life from a vague and undefined desire. The subconscious mind and the universe require a clear blueprint to begin the process of construction. Wishing for happiness or wealth is like telling an architect you want a building. It is not enough information. The process of compiling a new reality requires that you first become a master architect. You must create a detailed, multi-sensory, and emotionally charged blueprint of the exact existence you intend to create. This blueprint is not a mere daydream. It is a technical document, a set of precise instructions for your internal algorithm and the quantum mirror. Today, we draw the blueprint. The blueprint for your new reality must be designed with absolute clarity in 4 key areas: being, having, doing, and giving. First, being. Who are you in this new reality? What character traits do you embody? Are you confident, serene, courageous, disciplined? Write it down. In my new reality, I am supremely confident and unshakably calm. Second, having. What do you have in this new reality? Be specific. The house, the car, the bank balance, the physical health, but also the intangibles, the loving relationships, the peace of mind. In my new reality, I have a beautiful home overlooking the ocean, and I have deep, meaningful connections with my loved ones. Third, doing. What do you do on a daily basis? What is your work, your hobbies, your passions? How do you spend your time? In my new reality, I spend my days doing creative work that I love and that inspires others. Fourth, giving. How do you contribute to the world from this new state of being? What value do you provide? How does your abundance overflow to help others? In my new reality, I contribute a significant portion of my income to causes I believe in. This 4-part blueprint creates a complete, holistic, and powerful instruction set. Now, we will move from the architectural drawing to the 3D rendering. This is the crucial step of making the blueprint come alive. You will take your written blueprint and you will create a short, vivid, multi-sensory mental movie of a single, perfect day in your new reality. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. What do you see when you open your eyes? What do you feel? What do you smell? What do you taste for breakfast? What clothes are you wearing? Who do you talk to? What is the feeling in your body as you go about your day? You must make this mental movie so real, so detailed, that your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between the imagined reality and your current one. This is not just visualization, it is an act of neurological pre-creation. You are living the reality in your mind first, forging the neural pathways that will make its physical manifestation inevitable. Reflect on the power of this process. You are moving from a state of passive desire to active, deliberate design. You are leaving nothing to chance. Most people's lives are built by default, from a jumble of inherited beliefs and random reactions. You are choosing to build your life by design. This requires courage. It requires you to dream beyond your current circumstances, to suspend your disbelief, and to allow yourself to define, with unapologetic clarity, the exact life you desire. The universe loves specificity. A clear intention is like a powerful, focused laser beam that cuts through all obstacles. A vague desire is like a weak, diffused light bulb that has little power to effect change. Take the time to create your blueprint. This is the most important architectural work you will ever do.
It is the foundation upon which your entire new reality will be built. The final teaching is to live from the blueprint now. Once you have created your blueprint and practiced your mental movie, your job is to begin to think, feel, and act as the person in that movie as much as you possibly can in your current circumstances. This is the bridge between the inner world of design and the outer world of manifestation. You must start to embody the being part of your blueprint immediately.
If your future self is confident, you must begin to practice confidence today, in small ways. If your future self is generous, you must begin to practice generosity today, with what you have. You are signaling to the universe, through your actions, that you are serious. You are aligning your energy with the blueprint. You are not waiting for the reality to change you. You are changing yourself to command the new reality into existence. The drafting table is ready. The tools are in your hands. You are the architect of worlds, beginning with your own. Design with boldness. Design with clarity. Design with love. Affirm your creative authority. I am the master architect of my life. I design my reality with precision, clarity, and power. My blueprint for my life is clear, vivid, and complete. I am creating the neural pathways of my new reality through focused imagination. I live from my blueprint now, embodying the person I choose to be. I am the designer. Chapter 11. The Algorithm of Attraction, Synchronizing Your Frequency with Abundance. The universe is not a personality that likes or dislikes you. It is an impartial mathematical system governed by law. The most fundamental of these laws is the law of vibration, which is the engine behind what is commonly called the law of attraction. Everything is energy. Everything vibrates at a specific frequency. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they combine to create your personal vibrational signature. This signature, this frequency, is the signal you are constantly broadcasting. The algorithm of attraction states a simple, immutable law. Like frequencies attract, you do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. You attract that which is in vibrational harmony with your dominant frequency. Therefore, to change your life, you do not chase things. You change your frequency, and things that match your new frequency are drawn to you by law. The frequency of lack, which includes fear, worry, doubt, and jealousy, vibrates at a low, slow, and heavy rate. When you are broadcasting this frequency, you are, by law, a vibrational match only to other experiences of lack. More bills, more problems, more reasons to worry. It is not punishment. It is physics. The frequency of abundance, which includes gratitude, joy, love, and appreciation, vibrates at a high, fast, and light rate. When you broadcast this frequency, you become a vibrational match to experiences of abundance. Unexpected opportunities, creative ideas, helpful people, and synchronicities of all kinds. The algorithm of attraction is like a cosmic radio tuner. If you are tuned to 98.7 FM, the lack station, you can never hear the music playing on 107.5 FM, the abundance station. You must consciously and deliberately change your station. The most powerful tool for changing your frequency is the practice of radical gratitude. Gratitude is not just a pleasant emotion, it is a specific high-level frequency. It is the energetic signature of receiving. When you feel gratitude, you are broadcasting a powerful signal to the universe that says, I have received. I am one who receives. The universe, obeying the algorithm of attraction, must then send you more things to be grateful for. The practice is this. You will start a rampage of appreciation. For 5 minutes, you will speak aloud or write down everything you are grateful for without stopping. Start with the simple things. I am so grateful for the air I breathe. I am grateful for the heart that beats in my chest. I am grateful for the roof over my head. I am grateful for the coffee I am drinking. As you build momentum, you will feel your emotional state begin to shift. Your energy will rise. You are literally, physically, changing your vibrational frequency in real time. Do this every day, and you will transform your energetic set point from lack to abundance. Now reflect on your energetic state throughout the day. Your frequency is not determined by what you practice for 5 minutes. It is determined by your dominant, habitual state of being. Are you living in a state of appreciation or a state of complaint? Are you focused on what is working or what is broken? Your emotional state is your frequency indicator. It is telling you in every moment what signal you are broadcasting, and therefore what reality you are currently creating. You must become a master of your own emotional energy. When you feel a negative emotion, do not suppress it. Acknowledge it, and then ask, what frequency is this, and what am I attracting by broadcasting it? This awareness gives you the power to choose. You can then consciously reach for a thought that feels slightly better, and then another, and another, until you have deliberately shifted your frequency back into the range of abundance. The final teaching is to tune your frequency to the reality you desire before it appears. You cannot wait for the $1 million to feel abundant. You must feel abundant to attract the $1 million. This is the paradox and the power of the algorithm of attraction. You must generate the feeling frequency of your desire as your dominant state of being. This is why practices like visualization and I am statements are so powerful. They are frequency-generating tools. They help you to broadcast the signal of your future reality in your present moment. The universe does not respond to your words or your pictures. It responds to your frequency. When your frequency consistently matches the frequency of your desire, the physical manifestation is not a miracle. It is a foregone conclusion. It is a matter of law. You are a living tuning fork, a broadcasting tower of energy. Your job is not to manipulate the world, but to manage your own vibration. Synchronize your frequency with abundance, and abundance must, by law, synchronize with you. Affirm your vibrational power. I am a being of energy, and I am the master of my own frequency. I consciously choose to vibrate at the frequency of abundance. Gratitude is my dominant state of being. I attract into my life that which matches my vibration. I tune my energy to my desired reality now. I am a vibrational match to my highest good. Chapter 12. Rendering a New Self. The visualization that solidifies your power. In the world of computer graphics, rendering is the final and most critical process. It is where the abstract blueprint, the wireframe model, and the lines of code are transformed into a photorealistic, tangible image. In the creation of your new reality, the process of rendering is done through the power of vivid, sensory-rich, and emotionally charged visualization. This is not passive daydreaming. It is an active, focused, and powerful process that solidifies your new self-concept and impresses its image upon the subconscious mind and the quantum field. A well-executed visualization is an act of rendering your future self into the present moment. It is the bridge that makes the unseen seen. Today, you become a master renderer, and you will learn the technique that transforms a mental image into a solid reality. The key to powerful rendering lies in a principle called sensory saturation. Your subconscious mind thinks in images and feelings. To convince it that a new reality is real, you must present it with an image that is saturated with as much sensory detail as possible. You must go beyond a simple visual image. You must see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, and touch it in your imagination. The more sensory channels you engage, the more real the experience becomes to your brain, and the more powerful the command you send to the universe. A vague image of a new car is weak. A rendered image where you can feel the leather of the steering wheel, smell the new car scent, hear the sound of the engine, and see the sunlight glinting off the hood is a powerful act of creation. Let's engage in a rendering session now. This is the end scene technique. I want you to take the blueprint of your desired reality and go to the end. Go to a single moment in time, after your desire has been fulfilled. Choose a short, simple scene that would imply the wish is fulfilled. For example, if your desire is a loving partner, the scene might be you and your partner having a quiet, happy conversation over dinner. If your desire is financial freedom, the scene might be you casually looking at your massive bank balance and feeling a sense of profound peace. Now close your eyes. We will render this scene with sensory saturation. What are you seeing in this scene? Notice the colors, the lighting, the details. What are you hearing? The sound of their voice, the clink of a glass, the ambient music. What are you smelling? The food, the perfume, the ocean air. What are you touching? Their hand, the fabric of your clothes, the warmth of the sun. Most importantly, what are you feeling emotionally? Joy, peace, love, security. Loop this short, sensory-rich scene in your mind over and over again, like a 10-second movie clip, until it feels completely real and natural. Now, reflect on the neurological impact of this process. When you engage in this kind of vivid, multisensory visualization, your brain does not know the difference between the imagined experience and a real one. It fires the same neurons, releases the same chemicals, and begins to create the same neural pathways. You are, in a very real sense, installing the memory of a future event into your brain before it has happened. This is profoundly powerful. It rewires your self-concept. You begin to feel like the person who has already achieved the desire. This new self-concept, this rendered image of your new self, becomes the new dominant program, the new attractor point around which your reality will begin to organize itself. You are not chasing the desire. You are becoming the person who embodies it, and the desire must then come to you. The final teaching is to fall in love with the rendered image and detach from the outcome. The purpose of the rendering process is to change you, to change your internal state of being and self-concept. Once you have successfully done that, you must release the need for the external world to change immediately. You must live in the confident, joyful assumption that it is done. The rendering is complete. The universe is now processing the file and will deliver it in its own perfect timing. Neediness, impatience, and constantly looking for results are signals of doubt. They are low-frequency vibrations that corrupt the rendered file. The master renderer creates the image, feels its reality, and then goes about their day in the calm, happy knowing that the work is complete. The feeling of it being done is the magnet. The rendering software of your mind is the most powerful technology in the universe. Open it now. Create the masterpiece of your new self. Render it with such detail and love that it becomes more real than the world you currently see. Affirm your power as the artist of reality. I am the master renderer of my desired reality. My imagination is the workshop where I build my future. I saturate my mental images with sensory detail and powerful emotion. I am installing the memory of my future success into my brain now. I live in the joyful knowing that what I have rendered is already done. I am the artist. Chapter 13. Living in Root Access. The state of absolute creative control. In a computer's operating system, Root access is the highest level of permission. The root user can modify any file, change any setting, and access the system's core source code. They have absolute control. Most people live their lives as a guest user. They have limited permissions. They can run a few pre-installed programs, but they cannot change the fundamental operating system. The entire journey of this masterclass has been about elevating your permission level. It has been about moving you from guest user to system administrator, and now, finally, to root. Living in root access is the state of consciousness where you know, without a shred of doubt, that you are the sole and absolute programming power in your reality. It is the state of ultimate creative sovereignty. From this state, manifestation is not a technique you perform, it is a natural consequence of your being. The state of root access is characterized by a profound sense of inner calm and unshakable certainty. The person with root access is not a frantic creator, desperately trying to manipulate the world with techniques. They are a serene commander. They know that their inner world of consciousness is the cause, and the outer world of circumstance is the effect. They waste zero energy trying to change the effects. They operate purely at the level of cause. This means they are no longer emotionally moved or disturbed by negative appearances in their 3D reality. If their bank account shows a low balance, they do not react with fear. They see it for what it is, the printout of an old, now deleted program. Their focus remains unwavering on their inner state, on the new code they are running. They live by faith in the unseen reality, the programmed reality, not by the evidence of their temporary, outdated sensory world. The gateway to root access is the disciplined practice of reality reassignment. This is an advanced technique. When you are confronted with a fact, an event, or a circumstance in your world that you do not desire, you will not resist it, and you will not accept it as final reality. You will reassign its meaning. You will consciously and deliberately assign it a new role as a signpost on the way to your desire. For example, you receive a rejection letter for a proposal. The guest user reacts with disappointment. The root user says, "Excellent. This rejection is simply a bridge of incidents, clearing the path for an even better, more perfect opportunity that is now on its way to me. This is a sign of my success." You receive a large, unexpected bill. The root user says, "Thank you. This event has appeared to test my faith and solidify my new state of abundance. By remaining calm and certain, I am passing the test, and my wealth is now multiplying." You are hacking the meaning of reality itself. You are taking every event, no matter its appearance, and assigning it a role in the story of your inevitable success. Reflect on the power of this state. How would you live your life if you knew with 100% certainty that your every desire was a guaranteed future reality and every event was simply a part of the journey to get you there? Would you ever feel anxiety? Would you ever feel impatience? Would you ever feel jealousy? No. You would live in a state of profound peace, joy, and creative freedom. You would take bold actions knowing you could not fail. You would treat others with grace, knowing your own supply was infinite. This state of being is root access. It is the pearl of great price. It is the kingdom of heaven within, and it is achieved not by changing the world, but by radically and relentlessly changing your reaction to the world until your inner certainty is more real to you than anything you can see or touch. The final teaching is that root access is a state of being, not a state of thinking. It is an embodied knowing, a feeling that permeates your entire existence. The final step is to drop the how. The guest user is obsessed with how their desire will manifest. The root user knows that the how is the domain of the operating system, the universal consciousness. The programmer's only job is to define the what and embody the who. You define what you want, you become the person who has it, and you let the infinite intelligence of the universe compute the pathway. Your insistence on controlling the how is a guest user-level permission. Releasing the how and trusting the system is an act of root access. It is the ultimate surrender that leads to the ultimate control. You have the password. You have the access codes. The system is yours to command. Step into your role as the root user of your own reality. Affirm your ultimate power. I have root access to the operating system of my reality. I am the sole programming power in my universe. I am unmoved by appearances. My faith is in my inner code. I assign a meaning of success to every event in my life. I release the how and trust the infinite intelligence of the system. I am in control. Chapter 14. The Silent Observer, OS, Running Life from the Stillness of the Source. We have explored the mind as a complex algorithm, a programmable machine. But who is the one who is aware of the machine? Who is the one who observes the code? The final and most profound layer of this truth is the discovery of the operating system upon which the entire program of your mind runs. This is the Silent Observer, OS. It is the foundational layer of pure, still, silent awareness that exists beneath all thought, all emotion, and all experience. It is the source of the code, not the code itself. It is pure consciousness. It is the stillness of the source. To run your life from this level is to achieve true liberation. It is to find the one point of absolute peace and stability in a universe of constant change. It is to discover that your true nature is not the programmer, but the silent infinite space in which the programmer and the program exist. The Silent Observer, OS, has no properties. It is not happy or sad. It is not rich or poor. It is not young or old. It is simply aware. It is the formless, timeless, and indestructible witness of your entire life. Your thoughts, your feelings, the story of you, these are all applications running on the surface of this operating system. The untrained mind is completely identified with the applications. It believes it is its thoughts. It believes it is its emotions. It is like a computer that thinks it is the web browser or the word processor. The Great Awakening is the moment the computer realizes it is the underlying operating system, the silent, stable space that allows all the other programs to run. When you realize this, you are no longer a victim of your own mental software. The practice to access this OS is simple but profound. It is the practice of disidentification. Sit quietly, close your eyes. A thought appears in your mind. Instead of following it, simply label it. Thinking. An emotion arises in your chest. Instead of being swept away by it, simply label it. Feeling. A sound occurs in the room. Label it. Hearing. Notice that there is the phenomenon, the thought, the feeling, the sound, and then there is the awareness of the phenomenon. Who is this awareness? Who is this silent, effortless witness? Can you rest in that space of pure witnessing? Before the label, before the judgment? This space is the Silent Observer, OS. It is your true home. It is pure peace. It is the source. The more you practice resting as this awareness, the more you will untangle your identity from the chaotic noise of your mind. Reflect on the implications of this. If your true self is this silent, formless awareness, then it can never be harmed. Your ego can be insulted, your body can be hurt, your emotions can be in turmoil, but the silent witness behind it all remains untouched, forever serene. This is the inner citadel in its ultimate form. It is the peace that passes all understanding. When you run your life from this OS, you can navigate the storms of the world with an unshakable inner calm. The storm may rage on the surface of your life, but the depths of your being remain perfectly still. You become a being of immense power, for nothing in the world of form can touch you in the world of the formless. The final teaching is that this Silent Observer, OS, is your direct connection to the universal consciousness, the mind of God. It is not your awareness, it is the awareness, experiencing the universe through your unique vantage point. It is the one source, the one programmer, looking through billions of eyes. When you access this level of your being, you access a universal intelligence, an infinite creativity. The answers you seek are not in your thinking mind, which is a limited program. The answers are in the silent stillness of the source. The greatest act of creation is to quiet the noisy mind and to listen to the wisdom that emerges from the silence of your own being. You stop trying to figure everything out with your limited intellect, and you start allowing the infinite intelligence of the OS to guide your way. This is the final destination. The source code of all reality is written in silence. Access this stillness within you. It is who you truly are. Affirm your true nature. I am not my thoughts. I am the awareness of my thoughts. I am not my feelings. I am the silent space in which they exist. My true nature is the silent observer OS, forever calm and untouched. I run my life from the stillness of the source. I am a conduit for universal intelligence and infinite creativity. I am. Chapter 15. I am the source code. Becoming the conscious programmer of worlds. We have come to the end of one journey and the beginning of another. We started with the revelation that you are running a program. We have decoded it, debugged it, and rewritten it. We have accessed the command line, compiled new realities, and discovered the silent OS at the heart of it all. Now we arrive at the final, explosive, and most liberating conclusion. You are not just the programmer who writes the code. You are not just the observer who runs the OS. You are the source from which it all emerges. You are the source code. The distinction between the programmer, the program, and the reality it creates completely dissolves. There is only one substance, one consciousness, one I am, differentiating itself into the illusion of a trinity. To know this is to become the conscious programmer of worlds, for you have finally remembered that the entire universe is your own magnificent divine creation. To embody the source code is to live in a state of absolute unity and creative power. You no longer see the world as separate from you. You see the people, the trees, the stars, and the money in your bank account as extensions of your own being, as different expressions of the one source code that is you. From this state, manifestation is no longer an effort. It is an allowance. It is the simple and effortless act of rearranging your own energy. You do not need to attract abundance, for you know you are abundance. You simply allow the abundance that you are to express itself in your financial reality. You do not need to find love, for you know you are love. You simply allow the love that you are to manifest as a perfect relationship. There is no separation. There is no distance to travel. There is only the realization of what you already are, and the allowing of that truth to become your visible reality. This is not a state you achieve through thinking. It is a state you realize through being. It is the culmination of all the practices we have explored. It is the fruit of relentlessly shifting your identity from the program to the programmer, and finally, from the programmer to the source itself. The final practice is simply this: to walk through your world with the constant, quiet inner knowing. All of this is me. I am the source code of it all. Look at a flower and know, I am that beauty. Look at a difficult person and know, I am the consciousness that is animating that experience to teach myself a lesson. Look at your bank account and know, I am the source of this, and I can code a new reality in an instant. This is not an act of ego. The ego is the belief in separation. This is an act of divine remembrance. It is the ultimate humility and the ultimate power realized as one. Reflect on the journey. You have traveled from being a character in a computer game, unaware that you are in a game, to becoming the player, to reprogramming the game's code, and finally, to realizing you are the game designer and the very substance of the game itself. There are no more rules to follow. There are no more limits to obey. You are the source of the rules. You are the origin of all limits, and therefore you are the origin of all freedom. The world is your canvas. Your consciousness is the paint, and your I amness is the divine artist. What masterpiece will you create now that you know your own infinite, unbounded power? The final teaching is the simplest and most profound. It is the single word that began all of creation. It is the ultimate I am statement from which all others are born. It is the realization that you are not just a piece of God. You are the entirety of God, the entirety of the source, expressing itself as you. The search is over. You have arrived at the beginning. You are the code. You are the creator. You are the creation. There is nothing else. Now live from this truth. Command your worlds into being from this place of absolute knowing. This is your birthright. This is your reality. Let this final, ultimate truth explode in your consciousness. Let it dissolve all remaining traces of fear, doubt, and limitation. You are the Alpha and the Omega of your own reality. You are everything. I am.